So when we last left off, you guys had traveled down to the city of Nuln in order to resupply, retrain, re-equip, and get somebody a certificate saying he's a real wizard. That's right. At least a real wizard apprentice.
No, wooden boy.
You guys are in Nuln. You spent, I believe, about a week. Gone through your various resources. Now, at one point, you wanted to be something. I forget what it is, but per your email, you wanted to change.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I didn't think that through.
Did you want to do a different career in the meantime, or do something else with your week?
I would like to meet with the Thieves Guild and find out what I can do to
Make
amends and progress on to Hitman. My tier 3 protagonist.
He's a hitman.
Okay, so you're going to go to the Thieves Guild and throw yourself on their mercy for failing your previous mission?
Take a shot of Warpstone.
Oh my.
I like the way you put that. It's like, well, when you put it like that.
I can do better, I promise.
There's always a
Hey, I burned a boat down. Just because it was wrong boat doesn't mean it wasn't.
Can I borrow some monetary compensation just in case? From the group?
Hey.
Not from the group fund, but
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm learning.
yep. I went for monetary compensation.
Which career are you right now?
Next month.
Protagonist tier 2.
What's that?
We'll see you guys next month. We're at the college.
Okay, so you are a protagonist tier 2. And you are trying to go to Hitman level? Okay.
Oh, ow.
Kill card.
I did watch the episode where you ran the 501st with only 2 core units. How could you? That game's invalid.
No, it's legal.
No, it's legal.
You had to check the notes in the description.
Oh,
What's that?
I just checked the big red label that said
The red label in the video, I thought it was wrong. Afterwards, George corrected me. I updated the description.
You took an ability that allowed you.
No, the Battle Force specifically only needs 2 core picks.
I restrict my unit selection heavily, but then I get like
Never ran out.
I get
Yeah, they literally
four
just kept
special
going.
forces of a
They
one
just
day.
kept having it.
Okay.
Okay, I need
He got surrounded
Like,
by
last
himself
You
and
need a what?
troopers and died.
While
They
I'm in
kept
town, I'm
running
going to try
out
to find
last
someone
minute.
who can provide me with a Garrett
And then
poison.
all of a sudden they're Billy.
Because I
You make your own
I missed
garage.
those
You don't
things.
need
Yeah, garage is just like a piece of cord.
a piece of wire.
Okay.
I mean, it's trivial. You can.
I didn't know if there was a special.
It's on. I believe it's on the equipment list. You can purchase that functionally from anywhere. They're not selling it as garage. But you can buy the materials and fashion your own fairly easily.
Piano string I can borrow?
Yeah.
All your skills.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
So everybody, yeah, I thought it was only
I've
one
been
thing.
completing my side objectives.
Oh, we know that.
Do you have a riding horse with saddle and tack?
Since
I don't.
We got rid of all the horses, didn't we?
Nope, I have one horse. With
Okay.
saddle and tag.
We
Okay.
have a horse to carry all of our slings.
And that was one of your requirements for being a protagonist.
Yeah.
We
I
had horses for everybody.
Okay.
I had it when I went on.
Okay.
My second tier.
So yes, you need a cloak, a garrote, some poison, and some throwing knives.
I need the poison. That's the only thing I need.
You have throwing knives?
I have throwing knives. Yes.
Okay. So
Since
you'd probably have to figure out a good place to buy some poison. That's not a common thing sold on the street.
we want to get a boat,
No.
I could like.
I don't need a boat anymore.
Roundup?
Yeah, Roundup.
They don't sell Roundup.
I don't.
That's a
lose
modern
my sales
invention.
ability.
I'm just saying.
Hence
Like,
the
like,
rat
like,
catchers
and, like,
with the
like,
problem
like,
with all the
like,
rats. They don't sell rat poison.
Like a boat with the Empire.
I'll see if I can.
Maybe when we
Fine.
get that kind of
Like,
cash.
after
Yeah,
we-
we don't have that kind of cash
like,
right
I'll-
now.
first
Even
I'll
with
speak-
all the
Who
money
knows?
in
Maybe we'll
hand.
get a big treasury pot.
Or
at,
I'll
uh,
speak
I
to.
don't
What are poisons made of?
I gotta
Castle Whitmore.
collect on him
In
first.
the medieval world, what are they made from?
Plants. Flowers.
So who would have access to flowers and
a
plants?
botanist.
Herbalist.
Herbalist.
Or botanist.
Yeah.
What is
Or a sissy theater troupe.
Yes.
Every time I hear botanist, I think Botany Bay.
Or just
Botany
the
Bay.
Or
Or
the
the Thieves Guild.
or the Thieves Guild would have
We
poison.
gotta get out of here.
Or the college.
I'm gonna go meet with
We have
these
the
guys.
Anybody get that word?
Okay. So, what if anything are you bringing with you, or is your plan literally to go and say, "Sorry, I screwed up. Forgive me and let me rank up"?
How much will?
Heal skill.
May I borrow 5 gold and pay you back later?
Let's go to the book of Owen. Let's see.
He pulls out the grudge book.
Francis owes me money.
That's right.
Look at the other.
10% beyond last time.
Huh?
It's free drink.
It's Francis that really pays me back.
You mean Franz?
Yeah, Francis.
You see, he just writes the name Franz over and over on the ledger book.
Yep, all these Franzes owe me money. Yes. Yep, I can do 5. That's something I'm willing to bet on you surviving. That's kind of what it is. Because really, I don't know. I wasn't going to give you like 20 if you were asking for 20, because... Yeah. No, all right.
Okay, so back to my question. What characteristics do you
Okay, and originally the plan was in order to become a hitman, you had to complete their original mission.
Yes.
Okay,
Or I had to complete the original mission to become a protagonist.
so you're not a protagonist?
Yeah,
I am a
36.
protagonist.
You'll
Sorry,
That's where I'm confused.
yeah, I want to complete a mission to become a hitman.
Right. Okay, so finding the Thieves Guild is relatively easy because you've already talked to them before, and they're kind of looking for you. Because you never checked in over the last few months, and per their information, the mission wasn't a success. So they're none too happy about that.
5 gold in retribution.
So, what are you offering them, or are they naming the price?
I'm offering them local services if they require. Can't speak. I'm offering my services if they require me.
Well, yeah,
So I may redeem myself.
but you see, you didn't already do your services. That's not really much value to us if you don't carry through on the mission. We lost some funds here. Let's see. Let's strike a deal.
There is. You may have lost some funds at that point, but you will gain more funds via this boat sinking. Because there are rumors going around that are rapidly spreading that boat was, rather than the mistake boat, it was a boat sunken by the Empire. It was a warship sunken by the Empire that is now drawing tourists into this area. And that may provide you with more funds
What?
than...
I'm not following your logic here. You're saying you sank a warship instead of the one we asked you to
No.
take out the Merchants Guild?
I sank the wrong boat. The
Yes.
boat was a coal boat.
Okay.
The rumors are that that boat was a warship that was sunken by the Empire. And it's drawing a lot of tours into this area. And all
Tourists. What do we care about tourists? We're dealing with the alcohol guilds. They're the ones that paid us. We got a reputation here to maintain for quality service.
I see where you're going with this, and it's not a bad.
I don't disagree. Yeah, but if you recall their background, they were hired specifically by the Ale Guild.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
To strike back at the exporters in the town that were overcharging and they were losing their profits. That's why they targeted that particular boat to sink. The fact that you sank the coal boat instead is counterproductive to Nuln because now Nuln is losing money because they import all the coal, and the beer makers still have their high prices, and now they've come back and the Thieves Guild looks incompetent. So what they're looking for is specifically short-term monetary compensation commensurate with the level of your failure.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. So, you got an offer, or shall we take 3 fingers? They'll take either way. It's up to you.
Honestly, that's not a bad deal for what he's done. 3 fingers?
That is absolutely a bad.
Hey, it could
The
be
rest of
his
these,
head.
the rest of these fingers are.
They're not specifying which fingers.
Which ones?
Come on, lobster boy.
There's 2 of them that are kind of important.
I'm gonna call you Rocket.
Those are thumbs, they're not fingers.
They are fingers.
We'll discuss it.
They are all phalanges.
The group I have been traveling with has been very consistent with running into a good amount of funds.
So we've heard. We have heard a few rumors there. You got that one noble-like dude in that group, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that,
Yeah, he's wanting to be a bounty hunter. Tell you what. We'll call your debt even for 25 gold.
I'm gonna pay you 5 gold now, and
25 cheeseburgers later.
when I come upon the money, which will be soon, I promise you that.
Okay.
We
will take 5 gold now, cover your interest. We're good like that. Okay? 25 gold we'll give you, we'll say, till the end of the month, about 3 weeks. Okay? 25 gold at that point. Now, this here noble guy has been hunting a few of our fellows. Okay? If, for say, he were to meet with some unfortunate accidents, we might be willing to call it even. Especially seeing as how you want to be a hitman and such.
Oh no.
If not, pay off your debt. We'll talk. Call it even.
I'll get the debt paid.
Okay, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
1 finger for each week. Or 25 gold.
As in, you'll take a finger for every week.
No, you don't pay them back in 3 weeks. They're going to take 3 fingers.
Okay,
Plus a finger for every week after that you don't pay the interest to keep up with the loan.
I'll have it paid.
Okay? Or, and they're giving you options here, or you can have confirmation that the bounty hunter that you travel with is dead. Okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be by your hand, just have to have confirmation he's dead. Okay? Or you can save time and just lose the fingers now. Now, either way, they're willing to train you as a hitman. They just need to get a show of confidence and ability from you at this point. So,
is there a way, in case we are not here by the 3 weeks and I have the monetary compensation, is there a way I can get the money to you?
oh no, that'd be a bad idea. I'd suggest you be back here in 3 weeks.
Yes.
Okay.
Back to the college.
Yeah.
Better hope the wizards don't get trapped in their college for 2 months.
So, okay.
Understood.
Okay. Now, in that time, that'll give you time to get the other the poisons and things like that. They will sell you whatever you want as far as basic gear. They have a variety of stuff. The prices aren't super attractive,
It'll be far more expensive.
but they do have some rare and unusual gear if you have such interest.
What type?
What you looking for? This is the Thieves Guild. Procurers of rare goods. Now the boss man might not be too thrilled if you're throwing around too much cash and you haven't paid him back yet.
I am just.
But
you could say I'm just browsing for a friend. I am.
well, no. You missed the thing here. If you got the gold to spend for the friend, you got the gold to pay back your boss.
I don't have the gold to pay back my boss.
Okay.
My friend may have the gold.
That's up to you. You got some time to negotiate amongst the week.
Have you procured what could be considered a holy relic of Sigma?
A holy relic of Sigmar? They wouldn't necessarily have anything along those lines. But the idea is anything that would be illegal, shady, or particularly rare, if you have something like that in mind. Like previously you had your cloak that you wanted to have horns on to get things. Something like that that's out of the ordinary. The Thieves Guild is a viable place to potentially get that. They might not have exactly what you're looking for. They might have to go acquire it, and it's probably not going to be cheap or most likely not legal. But if you're willing to put up with that, they're willing to obtain it.
Okay, when you say rare, I assume I might have a chance of finding a relic.
You could. I mean, a Thieves Guild is basically a grab bag of anything, potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Now,
I would like
that
to
relic
fingers.
might be stolen from a priest who has a certain new hammer, but they can obtain things. However, the problem is if you go to them and say, "Hey, I want to buy this item, and here's 100 gold," the boss is going to get upset because you could have paid him back then.
Yeah. No.
Okay, and that's honestly a better option first. You don't want to be in debt to the loan sharks.
Okay, so
How else
Then
are you
while
supposed to
the-
stay in business?
while I'm in the,
Got mouths to feed.
that would only take a day, maybe two, to get that all sorted out. I would assume.
What? The items?
Talking to the Thieves Guild and getting it all arranged.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna
You-
try to find some work, just some work to do while I'm in law.
Okay. So that's where your career expense, your living expenses go by. You make enough money to live, but you spend your expense over the week. Okay. If you continue with that and you eventually run out of money, then you go down in social status and you're living in the gutter, not maintaining your social status. Otherwise, that's in your case, 1 silver a week you have to spend.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, amongst this week, because he's here training for a week, you can discuss with the group, figure out whatever plans. If you want to borrow 25 gold from the group or whatever to pay off your debt, that's probably lower interest than the Thieves Guild's going to charge you. But I don't know how aggressive he's being. He is going that direction already.
Yeah,
So
he scares the shit out of me. He's like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
he's got the guns.
That's why I've been after
Can't be too scared because I did it to him. Our Pathfinder game.
Yeah.
That was Pathfinder, my friend.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah.
But
This is a
the point being, it's generally better to be in debt to the group than it is to the NPCs because they don't have any loyalty to you.
You're about to learn a hard lesson, dude.
Okay. So.
Just like Legion.
Okay. But like I said, assuming you make your debt free, they're willing to train you. That's not a problem. You just got to make it right with the boss.
There's no mission you can do to.
They're not giving him another mission. He failed the first one.
So he paid
I'm trying to
5
find
just,
some way of.
He paid 5 for interest,
just to live.
just to live and get out right now.
Which is an obscene amount of money.
Oh,
They lost a ton of money when the when the wrong boat went down. Yes. I mean, the whole thing was he was going to cripple the ale industry in the other town in payment for the fact that they were charging high taxes to the city, the guild here in Null. Okay. Now the guild's upset at the Thieves Guild for not doing the job. They're losing money. Plus, Null has a shortage of coal, so everything else is more expensive.
Fuck.
he screwed a whole economy.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a hefty price. It's not out of the range of the wealth level of the group.
Well, that's the problem. Neither here nor there.
Right.
That's the problem. When we first started out, 5 gold
Is-
was an obscene
It is.
amount of money.
It is.
Now we're all throwing gold around like it's nothing.
Well, you guys.
We have no source of income. It's just shit we've looted along the way, and we're acting like this shit's coming in every day.
You do not have a reliable source of income. I fully agree with that.
The
Yes.
one time we did try and have
I do
a
love the fact that you're teaching
the
him
boat
not to deal with people like this.
You
Because this is exactly how these fucking people are
Yeah,
in real
you,
life.
you generally, the Thieves Guild is perfectly fine. It gives you lots of opportunity. It comes with a lot of risk. And if you're willing to take on the risk, you can profit if you're successful on the mission. But as soon as you fail the mission, they screw you over. They own you.
I was effectively trying to take the bounty hunter route while I'm in town.
That's why we go to the college.
You're going to go hire on as a bounty hunter?
I'm going to find some way of making extra money.
You can't make extra money. That's what your career is. Effectively, you hire yourself out as a protagonist, and your career does that. Now, if you want to go train to begin a first level bounty hunter, you can learn that, but I think you
No,
get even less.
I.
Okay?
I'm just trying to make money.
Right, and
Make
that's
extra money and
The Thieves Guild isn't the option.
And I'm not the worst.
right.
I'm not the worst answer when it comes to it either.
Well,
he's absolutely right.
and realistically, he as a bounty hunter or whatever. Everybody's job.
That's our source of income.
The game mechanics specifically say if you spend your downtime earning money, you spend your living cycle of cash. You burn money. People don't make money in Warhammer. That's why you're an adventurer. If you want to earn money, you go on an adventure. Other than that, you will slowly use up all of your savings in town and potentially lose some fingers and so forth. The whole mentality of Warhammer is the only way to make it rich is to go out and find the gold. It's not going to come to you. Everybody's going to lose money if you're just hanging out in town.
Unless you have Thieves Guild.
Hey, you could switch to beggar and then you'd have a 0
Yeah.
lifestyle.
You could become a beggar,
Yeah.
and you'd have a good case because you'd have 7 fingers.
Yeah. Oh.
But if you, and honestly, outside of the game context, if you were to come to, he's right about the group, owing the group money,
That's far better.
far better.
It's
Because in all reality, I'm not going to show up and murder you. I mean, I know we have those abilities
Now,
here.
keep in mind, it is a semi-civilized world. There are banks, there are guilds, there's lots of organizations which will loan you money. None of them are going to be more favorable than the group.
How much would it cost? How much would your interest be in learning?
So my question out of game: have you ever disclosed to me what your true profession is?
No, actually, I haven't.
I don't think so.
I
He's not
Okay.
told us
always-
any of us.
Because I don't know where you went or anything like that. So now that I've given you 5, my actual character question would be, listen. So I gave you 5. What do you need? And this is just your character and my character. Nobody else is around. I'm assuming you're not coming up and asking. Okay, what are you using this money for?
I'll assume you figured out that it was me who burned the boat back in Campervan.
No.
Wizard College or something.
No, I had no idea. I had no perception when it came to that. I failed that.
I thought he was.
It
like,
doesn't matter. Now you know. He just told you.
Well,
Well, in concept, you
You burn a
I'm
boat?
attempting. My profession is
To
was
save
a
church.
braggart. Just
Not
someone who
reliable.
would get a little money to
Thieves Guild.
beating someone up. A bully.
gotcha.
Too
Okay.
selfish. College.
I am
Just
trying
fine.
to become an assassin.
So you're
Just
working
sold
with the Thieves Guild.
150
I'm
gold
working
worth
with
of
the
books.
Thieves
and
Guild.
Okay, they're expensive.
I failed
But-
the mission. I
You just
was
monopolize.
And so now they
the
want
entire
retribution.
town.
They want retribution because I destroyed their economy.
Okay, so you ruined the wrong boat.
I
Okay,
ruined the wrong boat.
so I don't have the same connections that you have, and I really would like those connections. Even being a bounty hunter, because I have no set. I'm just picking bounties. It isn't necessarily I'm police, right? I mean, that's
no.
okay.
You're not even police level. If
Right.
if there's a bounty, you can claim it,
Yeah.
and you got a little bit of freedom with that.
But other
The
than-
Thieves Guild absolutely would be a good contact for you because they have access to bounties that are not legal.
and they can direct me not to destroy them. But they can also obtain items that I want
Yes.
that I can't possibly find
Yes.
other places. So
You
I-
would have to pay retribution as well.
I would have to what?
You killed multiple of their
I'm just stroking my
members
hammer.
in
Oh.
the past, and you would
That's
have,
more harder
you
with 7
would be
fingers, too.
forced to pay retribution.
Well, I don't know about that.
They
They
want you dead.
I didn't
That's when you
ruin
test the
I didn't
cameras
ruin
with
their
your hand.
business. So I will
Dwarves could do it.
front you that money based on the connection that you have. So you need to succeed at whatever they need you to do next. And if you need help succeeding in that, you let me know. I will help you succeed because I know they've got a little Walmart of their own down there, and I would really like to be able to peruse that Walmart.
I'm so conflicted
Okay.
as a player because I'm like,
So I
My
will
character's a
give you
good guy.
25.
Uh-huh.
and I'm
You have
surrounding
enough to
myself very
eat, too?
quickly with
Or
very
is that
bad
okay?
people.
Make sure you're still.
I had
It's
a
Warhammer.
for this.
For
I
college.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that you.
It's Warhammer. Everybody's a bad guy.
Don't mind plague masks every so often.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to get a plague mask.
While they're negotiating the rest of their lives, however short that may be,
We're done. Okay.
what did you guys want to do while you're at college? I know you were studying and training, so you're nose down in a book.
Can I buy a plague mask?
Hey, please.
Can you buy a plague mask?
I was joking with that.
Oh, I think you're being serious. I was like, if I need to buy a plague mask, I guess I
Well,
will.
that's entirely up to you. If you want to buy a plague mask, you can.
Okay.
Are you concerned about plague currently?
No.
It is rather stinky and null.
Let me figure out what the trappings are for wizard.
Grimoire and staff, you already have those.
Okay.
And you wanted to trade your heart and some other items for that outfit, right?
Yep.
Okay. So which items are you
Just
willing?
don't watch the videos.
Yeah.
I started watching it, but no offense, it was so boring watching you and your
It
dad.
is.
I was like, 10 minutes into it, I'm like, I'm out. Closed it, and I was like,
I might have to watch it. I didn't get it. I haven't had any lunchtime off yet to watch it, so I'm upset.
I don't doubt that it's dull.
it is.
Because watching
he's just sitting there like,
watching other people play is not nearly as exciting as being involved in the story.
Yeah.
So
That's why
well,
we
when
don't
we're
have that
playing
many
as a
viewers.
group and we're all here, it's much more entertaining because there's
Right.
that dynamicism.
Right.
But between the two of you, it's almost like watching paint dry. It's no,
we can put some on the wall.
yeah, maybe that will help. But it's just a little swath.
Yeah, every
So,
game
anyways,
almost died.
what are you trading? What are you
That-
willing to trade?
That ruby.
Uh huh.
And potentially, if they need some type of way to bleed the magic out, the bloodletting dagger
Okay.
properties.
That
And how much cash?
150.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. They take the ruby. They'll take the knife,
Okay.
and they will take 50 gold.
Okay.
Or you can keep the knife, and they'll take 100 gold.
Did you guys actually want the knife? I was unaware you guys were expressing that you wanted the
What
knife.
does
What
it do?
knife?
we
From
got
Atelka.
Yeah, the one that
Atelka.
she just stabbed.
Atelka's dagger.
You guys gave it to me. You guys didn't express anything, so that's why I felt like
I
that was
could,
okay.
I could care less about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll burn the knife.
Okay, so if that plus 50 gold, they'll give you this.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. Saved.
Well, he's a wizard.
He's just walking with 100 gold.
He doesn't have to buy armor. He doesn't have to buy anything.
I don't have armor.
It's
Right.
just jangling.
Well, and he's been collecting stuff for quite some time because he doesn't have anything to spend it on.
And when he's on side adventures and keeps
every
getting separated
single-
from us, he gets getting stuff. He can't help it.
Every single time we keep going to like that Kemper bat or whatever, you guys are spending stuff. I can't buy anything over there.
Right.
So.
Right now, my entire wealth is tied up in this hammer and my armor. I have no money. Oh, I know. I'm gonna be your strong arm. Fuck
Eh,
off.
that's alright. Listen,
Yeah, but you also
I
got
like
Popo
that.
here.
Okay.
That's
It's
Popo.
It's
Funny,
like
we were
confused
driving
this
over
last
here and I
point.
heard the radio.
Okay.
the radio
This last one is something that you can activate
okay. Places.
round by
And I
round
looked at it, I was like,
and
never
gives
get
you
involved in
this
stuff.
benefit.
And I went to go to
but with
explain
that-
it, I got
those
distracted,
drawbacks.
but it's so funny that
At the
it's
start
not-
of your action, you say
exactly
turn it on or
what
turn it off.
he had to do.
Conversation
That's
is-
reduced
all-
movement, not
Yes.
increased. Okay.
Yeah.
It's good that you got the Popo with you.
All right, let's go. Kill some.
Make some money.
I want to try out this hammer.
Now I'm a little overwhelmed. I have a lot more money.
My character stays
Okay.
the exact
He gave
same
me
for.
the flop.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Like a-
You could buy a.
Oh, he gave you the 25 gold?
Yes.
Okay. So you return to the thieves' gold. You pay off your debt. I say, oh, excellent, excellent.
Show me that.
Glad to hear we were able to do business here. I would so hate to add to my collection. He points over to the bulletin board behind him that's filled with all these fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so gross. How juicy are they?
A lot of them are fairly old.
He just got jerky.
Yes.
Oh, fingers.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I would like.
So you said you wanted to learn how to be a hitman. Okay. Go talk to Carl over there. He's our resident hitman. Don't dodge too much. He'll hit you. Okay. So, Carl interviews you. He says you got all the basics. Got your poison.
I would like to buy poison from the guild.
What do you know of poison?
The stuff needed to make it.
What's that?
The items needed to make.
You know how to make poison?
I don't have the skills to make it. I know the items required to make poison.
What items would those be?
I'll list off the items that the druid provided. List off the poisonous plants that the druid provided me info on.
Oh, the one from the other town?
Yeah.
Okay. He said, yeah, I guess those could be poison. Probably should just go with the basics like arsenic and rat droppings and things like that. He lets off a whole dozen things with all sorts of strange names and things like that, most of which you as a character has never heard of. So you're going to need some poisons.
Yes.
Can't train you unless you have poisons, since I can't show you how to actually apply the poisons. And I don't give you the school supplies.
I'll go to the guild and
Procure some poisons, some basic ones.
Poison.
Okay,
Yeah.
you go down to the shop and get your basic school supplies for gold. It's poison.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have asked for 30.
Now again, the shopkeeper will give it to you on loan if you are interested.
Put it on my tab.
At this point, you've established that you're a made man and can provide proper compensation for your efforts.
Remuneration.
Yes,
Is that what word you were
remuneration.
looking
Yes.
for?
So they're willing to extend credit to you if desired.
No.
Okay.
Now I'll go.
They comment. You seem to be learning also. So
Now I'll go questioning some.
okay. Okay. They will go ahead and train you, and by the end of the week, you have the qualifications for the basic hitman, assuming you have all the basic requirements otherwise, and you spend 100 experience to become hitman. That changes your advancement tree of your skills or stats. It changes your trainable skills and changes your trainable talents. Now, in that time, if you have another 100 experience, that he will teach you the first talent if you wish. Anything beyond that is subject to your experience and choices as far as stats and so forth. And now, just to verify, you have 4 stats all at rank 10, right?
Yep.
Okay, and they're the 4 that are relevant for your career?
Yep. Weapon skill, toughness, agility, and initiative.
Okay, so for the next one, you have 5 stats. They all need to be 15s
Yep. I understand that. I'm probably not going to get that for a while.
to get to level 4.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I wasn't sure if maybe I shouldn't have been where I was at, but
Nope.
no, I'm good.
Ballistic skill.
No, not 5. 4 stats.
Great.
4 stats to go to level 4, and that gives you your 5th stat.
Yeah.
Can you print me off a character sheet?
There should be. I printed 2 at the time, or 2 or 3 at the time, unless Carter took them all.
Thank you.
No, I took one.
I can
Carter
get
took 'em all
ballistic
in.
skill, which I currently have an 11 skill in.
I want
Okay.
to also. I want to buy a full suit of mask and some gear to disguise myself as a physician for when we go to the castle.
Okay. I forget how much I charged you for the plague mask before, so we'll say the prices vary in town. We'll say 2 silver for a plague mask,
Careful strike.
a silver for the leathers and everything that you would wear. If your physician's assistant needs one too, then they'd be equivalent.
You want to be a physician?
What?
A physician.
He's back to you need a plague mask.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a wizard.
Now you're playing.
We're going to a castle where there's a big bad wizard, and we're going in just looking like wizards.
I don't have the experience to switch over to them.
That's what he says.
I showed you the books where the owner of it was a wizard, and Atelka was a wizard going to this castle, where they have a giant warp sword cast that hardest magic. So I would assume there's some
I
wizard
don't
there.
remember any of this.
No, he was showing us the what he learned when he was trapped down
So
below.
if we just
Your mind's a fog for the last week or so.
I was worried about my hair. I don't care.
So then they assume we know that.
Careful
So we're
strike
pretending to be.
deals
Yeah,
with
pretend to
hit
get
location mechanic.
I
Okay.
will take a plague
Would that
doctor
just
mask.
allow me to
Fantasy.
choose my location
Three
I want
silver.
to hit without taking a negative?
No, the Rolemaster doesn't apply that way. Careful strike, I would say the equivalent for Rolemaster would be roughly an ambush skill. Take a -10 on your attack, and you can modify your critical result by 5.
Okay.
I'm also buying
potion.
So plus or minus 5 on whatever you roll on the critical.
2 blood stops and 3 healing traps.
The main benefit of that, it raises the 66 from a 1% chance to an 11% chance.
12 angles is 5
That's a good point.
1 by 36.
Yes, Ben.
When you have a moment, can you maybe turn out long go
So
sheet?
load.
Oh, Matt's here.
Yeah, finally.
I'll get that. I'll spend 100 experience to get careful strike.
Okay.
Here you go, Andy. Presumably, that if I were to do that and then get that twice, that would go to I can spend a minus 10 to get a plus 10.
If you get it twice, you get a minus 20 to get a plus 10. It'll let you go further, but I'm not going to keep. I'm not going to keep giving you a big benefit for only a minus
I
10.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I had to think it through. For a
Right.
second.
This leads into a question I have on my next rank, right? I no longer have a relic, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Well, that was the requirement for level 4.
Yeah. Your hammer is a relic still. It has a history.
That's fine.
Awesome.
We're still
When I
in
get, because I'm getting close
I paid back
to
my debt
having everything I
to
need,
the Thieves Guild
skill-wise and
by
point-wise.
taking a loan.
We're both pretending.
I
to
bought
be
a longbow.
physicians.
One of the skills that
All
I'm going
about
to get,
the
the first
surprise
skill
part. I
I'm
bought
going
a
to get is
longbow.
called Furious
Just show
Assault,
up.
which
Okay.
allows you to
It's all
attack
about the
twice.
surprise.
So I'm a
That's
Are
right.
you going to let me
ballistic skill.
do that?
Yeah, I'm
Because
good
that
at
is going to
melee
be
and
obscenely
range. My-
powerful.
I'm
It is
really just
powerful.
focused on melee.
So, do you have
No,
bow
admittedly,
skill,
that's the
longbow skill?
last
Yeah.
tier of a
I-
character class.
Well,
So-
yeah, but there's other careers that get it probably earlier.
Wow.
It's purely a talent.
I don't know if anybody
skills
can-
58 right
Huh?
now.
The flagellating gets Furious?
I can
Okay.
still-
And probably the pit fighters and things like that
get it.
All right.
have that option. Um,
I get it at one point.
I would say that a Furious Assault, as far as our mechanics, would be valid as one regular attack and then a second attack at minus 50.
Okay.
Okay, you still get both attacks. They're both still affected the same way by parry and so forth.
But instead of one attack and one move action, you could do 2 attack
You can do
actions.
2 attack actions with the second one at a minus 50.
I want to bring this up because I do have a talent currently that's similar. I have dual wielding, where I can attack with 2 weapons. It allows me to attack 2 times, one with each weapon. The second attack's at a minus 20.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to double check my
That
skill.
that would seem like it would be
I wanted to bring that up.
because minus 50 is a ginormous penalty.
It is.
That's what I was thinking.
I wasn't going to argue with it, but the Warhammer mechanics, there's no penalty, is so you're just smashing.
Furious Assault versus dual wield. Furious Assault effectively lets you make 2 attacks in 1 round.
Yeah, I'm only a couple of weeks away from
Dual
getting
wield
it,
allows the
so
same.
this is
I
why
can
I
get
asked.
both. My next tier gives me Furious Assault as well, and I have dual wield already.
Dual wield
Right.
and Furious Assault. So
Right.
4 attacks
It's
in
one
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 turn?
you
well, it's
should only
one
get-
action for 2 attacks.
Right.
You can move
Right.
and attack the same way, but yeah, dual wield is
Du-
2 attacks.
yeah.
You can shoot
Yeah,
twice.
dual wield is 2 attacks as a single action
Right. And
versus Furious Assault is
2 attacks for 1 action.
As long
It's
as you
just-
don't move. Plus Furious Assault, you can't move.
well, Furious Assault is 2 actions for 2 attacks. So I guess based on that, I would say they're regular attacks.
Yeah. Shoot.
I mean,
What's up?
I mean, as long as it was stabby, not shooty. Because, like, I can't reload.
you're going to be limited as far as shots, yeah. Right. But in theory, you could dual wield a pair of hand axes and Furious Assault and make 4 attacks.
That's insane.
Okay, so
I mean, I haven't hit anything with my hand axes.
Well,
yet.
now, I mean, the trade-off there is your parry applies equally for everything.
All 4 attacks. Yeah.
So
That's
you're
why I haven't hit anything.
right, and he's already limited with his big hammer for parry. So yeah, I would say Furious Assault. You can make 2 attack actions in a single round, and they have the same bonus.
Fantastic.
Read that
Thank
Furious
you.
Assault,
That's-
though,
that's
because
how
I believe it states that you cannot move at all. You
Yeah.
basically are standing still.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, all right.
Yep.
Right.
That's how I assumed it was.
And admittedly, that's not as big because there's only so many that can get around you anyways. You're only going to kill 2 people. It's not like you're going to cream through a whole crowd of them as you run and
Yeah,
charge.
You're potentially looking at 90 points of damage in one turn to somebody.
Imagine,
And that's non-crits.
imagine somebody who has that. You need to get the same talent I have. That if you're fighting something big, so say we're fighting ogres,
You get a
I
big
do
bonus.
double and triple damage already, and I can
Yeah.
get two attacks with if I'm using a bigger weapon. But so 100 and some
Well,
damage
it all
is nothing.
you also can't use that with a charge,
Is it?
I think
No,
so.
I get
Oh.
it.
I did,
So-
I've not seen it on any other classes.
and it's going to encourage you not to parry, which
Did I
means
get
they can
all
do
the
more
ash off
damage
my
to you.
forehead?
Seems
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
The priest went half.
I don't see any.
It was like all the way
Oh,
from
it
here to
is
here.
Ash Wednesday.
I don't see any ash.
As a priest.
Yeah, wait, what?
I didn't really. I was gonna leave it there and let you guys have something to talk about. I was like, nah, I'm wiping it off.
It would have
Doesn't that kind of...
It's all part of your
No,
cult.
you're okay to wipe it off once you leave church.
Do you? I've seen people sport that shit my whole life. Never
Yeah, I used to.
A lot of people just leave it. Yeah.
Mark
Yes.
these.
Sorry, can you point out one longbow sheet
Yes.
for attack table?
So I looked in the mirror and my cross.
It's
He
upside down.
yeah, he put the cross. He waited. Wait.
Draws puts a star on your head.
Should get him doing a handstand while he was doing it.
Right. You got into the sacramental line early, Father? Can't do a straight cross.
He was a little lost today, so it was kind of fun.
Okay,
It was this way.
longbow.
Instead, and he's like, tic-tac-toe.
Downstairs. I haven't printed it yet.
Andy,
Takes a moment for the computer to respond.
do you really want that rifle?
Is it the Hockland rifle, or is it just a
Dad,
rifle?
did you
Well, I
bring
would
those?
assume we were getting
I did. You can have it if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm full, man. My wife brought me a
I would
sub.
assume the Hockland one.
I haven't eaten yet. So.
Yeah, that's 100 gold, buddy.
Will you pay us back into future?
Well, no, I'm talking about how much gold you have. I'll contribute
pie.
to it.
Well, the Hockland rifle won't be here.
It's known.
It's in Hawkland.
It is known.
Well, it's in Auckland, yes, but it could have it, or Thieves Guild has it.
Well, and that was it. You know what? I'm less about the rifle. I'm less about the rifle, and I'm feeling like I need to balance out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So I was looking for one of the things is a rare level rapier.
Okay.
I figure the Thieves Guild would have something like that, and I still have the funds enough for that.
Okay.
Did you get it, Ben?
How this payday loan?
Did you get it? Okay.
Thank you.
Can I go to the wizard people and ask them what the defensive staff does?
No, you're only an apprentice.
Can you go to the wizards and ask them what the defensive
You see,
staff does?
what you do is you take the staff and you defend yourself with it.
Can you go ask them what the magical potencies on this staff
Our
are?
new name is Little John.
Which staff are we talking about? The one that won't break?
The Menai
No,
defense.
The
the
one
other
we
one.
found in the giant circle.
The ironwood.
No, that's my staff. I'm talking the staff that was in the Dark Tower with
Yeah.
the ritual thing that we just left. The staff that was upstairs
It was
there.
in the middle of a 7-pointed magic star, and I dislodged it, and then started saying I was magic when
It
I was
was
able to
swinging
make
around.
bugs.
It was
appear.
defensive.
It was in the watchtower?
Yeah.
Yes, and you said it had
Okay.
defensive.
Capabilities.
Defensive capabilities. Okay.
A quarterstaff is just defensive by. It's like called a defensive weapon.
Yeah.
That's all
But
it
I
is.
identified it as its purpose is used for defending. I don't know exactly what it does other than its purpose. But it is magical.
Well, I should have
Sean scrambles to make a staff real quick.
Nope.
Would be probably late January.
You actually had it written down somewhere?
It's in the adventure. Yeah.
And anything thrown technically is strength based.
What's your weapon skill average rapier right now?
Okay.
Don't mind me asking.
No, no.
They'll charge you a gold for the rituals to identify it.
And I'm ambidextrous.
I do.
So
You're
even
the
if
one
it's
who
about
has it.
one
I'm not
hand,
even
it's plus
allowed to go there.
Yeah, I'm ambidextrous too.
Yeah, I rolled that in the beginning.
So did I.
I was like, oh neat.
Which I was like,
You have
Those are two, it doesn't
100
matter.
gold.
How
I wish I would have rolled.
I want it.
I
I
wish I
also
had one.
want it for
You might
the
plus 10, I
my
think,
staff
get that.
also to see if they have.
They've already studied that one before.
Well, yeah, with the cage at the top, but okay.
Defense.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
any type of defense.
Okay.
Nothing.
So you spend a gold. They do some studying on it. They come back and say that it appears to be warded, to protect you from attacks of some sort of creature. They can't determine what, but effectively there is something that it's attuned to that while you wield it, they won't attack or react to you.
Which means before I move, I can stab them.
So you're saying I should be hiding
I'll go
behind
to him.
No,
Like a
no,
gold.
no. I definitely need to hide behind you.
For what?
He already knows what it does now.
I know it does now.
Just leave enough of a
He
trail
didn't, he
for me
didn't
to
tell you
cross
the
the
information.
Yeah, I didn't.
It
Yeah.
was gonna take
Oh.
more if I
What does it do?
if I had the
Well,
ability.
the
and
gold
found a
for
class
the
that
ritual
like,
cost
I could
first.
get it, it'd flee.
Mr. Big
I
Bangs,
can
watch you walk out with two pockets.
Does
Well,
get
he's the advanced wizard.
I
Yeah.
can
You're good enough for a one-up right now, my guy.
That's why gold
It's
status.
battlefield.
on top of your head. How many
And that's why you're
it is
brass
to,
status.
advance the skill to 5
Did
and
you
10.
roll
One
Right
gold.
off of
I
that?
did.
a
And
skill?
then
I think it's 75
the one
points
with
for all
bounty hunter,
five.
it was specifically
Hold
on
on.
toughness.
I think
The
first
thing
five.
you
So
realize
what does
is
it
that
do?
the
Yeah,
actual
I'll-
count
I'll
to
take it.
Protects against some
match really well
creature we
against
don't
all
know.
of this.
Obviously, it's
I
both.
was
Because
bumped
the
to
dragon
the
does
third level
really use
duelist because they had dual
Apparently.
wield. Third level bounty hunter has dual wield. I didn't even notice. I was just like, I needed
Warrior
to have
priest?
hit points.
As a level 3 warrior priest,
Wizard
I
gets
can
it
go
level 3.
straight to a level 3 witch
I don't
hunter.
know if I'm
There's
supposed
now
to
a
like have
75
swords in my
duels.
staff and smack them.
Probably. That's
Yeah,
typical.
it's really
Is it?
nice.
For Warhammer,
I
yeah.
didn't think
But I
you
don't
could
really have a
a
reason
one-handed
to,
staff.
but it would give me more range skills.
You could with a penalty.
I ended up leaving that.
Yeah, the
part of
minus
the
20.
arc,
Yeah, or you use a sword and a dagger or something like
away
that.
from the nobles and the artists and all
No, if
that.
it's a two-handed weapon and you're using it
So
one-handed, you'd have a penalty. Plus, you'd have the offhand
I
penalty.
dropped to a silver or something instead of.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to acquire, investigate, question, or obtain while in town? Otherwise, a week has passed.
I'm sorry. Other than buying the longbow and the arrows, I was basically hanging out at the soldiers inn,
Yes.
hearing around for any gossip
Okay.
that might be important for us that we already don't know.
There might be gossip that's important.
That we don't know. We know a lot.
I'm writing the
During
fine.
this
I'm
week.
writing all the fine print for my.
You like my advertising?
Hey,
I wanna-
loads
I wanna give
and
you-
I've got
You
more.
can't write. You can't read or
All right,
write.
I can read my own writing.
I can read it right now.
And start writing my own religious text.
We're scribes for hire.
Okay.
We can write your longbows
Um,
for you.
Say
We can
5
write
silver
posters.
for a decent quality book.
From.
Unless you want it particularly fancy and ornate.
But
I don't know how much a writing
you're
set
going to
costs.
get
Uh,
that
it's a
I already have one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a level 2 bounty hunter.
So 5 silver?
let
Yeah.
that last.
Yeah, I'm gonna start writing.
Now, I'll caution you, it is not waterproof.
That's a witch hunter.
Okay, can I get a
That
wax
was a witch
sack
hunter.
to
Oh, I
put
thought
it
that was
in?
fine.
No.
Sure.
No,
Yeah, then I'll
there's
do that.
three
Okay,
witch
I mean,
hunters
that at least
were-
protect it from rain. If it gets submerged, it's going to get
Thanks,
pretty
everyone.
damaged. I mean, some of the ink will be fine, but it's not modern ink.
That's fine.
It gets wet, it'll run.
I'm,
Writing set's 2 gold, by the way.
Oh, well, okay.
yeah, I've already got a writing kit.
They, scholars come with it, so
Yeah, I had to get it from my,
you got it from your priest. And then you switched the word.
Right at the beginning, I got it.
Sell the writing kit I have for them.
Can you sell the writing kit? Sure.
Just take my writing kit.
I already have it.
I'll take the writing kit.
If I keep
Oh,
writing,
I'll take-
you continue.
Do you have an extra one?
Yes.
Okay, you can
Oh,
take it.
He probably needs one to write his spell book.
I accidentally bought
Yeah.
one.
The
Probably.
talents you
Well, I'm
get.
gonna spend the week.
Did he ever buy a spell book?
There's some jack.
No, he has to take my spell book.
Bounty hunter.
He has to take your spell book? Did you ever buy a spell book?
I started with the spell book.
Did you ever buy a second one because he has to take yours?
No, he takes mine.
More than just
Yeah.
squad.
Well, that's not going to be very effective.
I have mine memorized.
Like I can.
You still got to reference it.
Oh, yeah, that's why I hold
And
on to
the
it.
light
He
format.
uses
have
it.
these soldiers.
Okay.
Have your works cited ready.
And I can
I'm gonna spend a
get
week
them
starting my
to
own religious text
come
about.
with me to do
By
all
you saying I need to buy a holder spell book, that's like 50, 70 gold worth.
Well, isn't one of his trappings a spell book?
It's a grimoire.
A grimoire. So does he have a grimoire?
The overall thing is I have to pass. The overall thing is the wizard grants the grimoire to the apprentice. That's the overall lore of the wizard.
Correct. But he has to have the trappings for his career.
Yes.
You have to have a grimoire for every level of.
No, I only have to have it for the first one.
Okay.
Guess I'll put that else in my trappings.
Okay.
Wow. That's
Trappings have
messed
doubled.
Should we go with Ingor?
Telling you, wizard is just
Okay.
a place that they-
Anything else people want to do while in town?
Slayer, is there anything you needed before we left?
People are buying upgrades and spending
Drinks.
cash. Drinks? There's plenty of drinks.
Oh, can
How
I
long
take my
did-
short
How
term?
long did you say it
I would
take
love to get rid
Jonathan
of this
to get
plate
back?
and get a magical.
I didn't.
set, but I know that's not possible.
Can I get my short term of becoming a
Like-
I
wizard?
want the safety.
Do you want like China?
Sure.
Do you want like China?
50 XP, you said?
Okay, sometime in the next few weeks.
I've got dibs on the hammer when he
Um,
dies.
if
Did
we
you get protection
come
for yourself?
near all
Magical
doors
protection.
and we'll go
I
through
got dibs
there.
on his
I
magical
need to go
protection.
to
I'm
the
saying this to the
hospital
group.
with
Dibs on his
Jonathan
magical
to check up
protection
on
when he
him.
dies.
He returns one of the days with these bright red robes,
That's all right.
like fresh off the loom type stuff.
I can get him tailored for me.
Then a separate day I come
Cut in
back.
half.
Then a separate day I come to the leg doctor's suit.
And so do I. We're both play doctors now.
I mean, I already sent him some money to
The whole point of the
keep
book is I'm going to start writing my own Sigma Rite
Yeah.
codes
it
Okay.
of
out of the
redemption.
hospital
Okay.
So, because that's kind of where the character wants to go anyways. He's going to create his own temple. So,
Oh. Oh.
I thought dual strike was the like epitome of my level 3. It is not.
No.
Accurate shot is the epitome of that is
now. You need to get that done.
every level you take, you deal that additional amount of damage every single time you do damage with a ballistics weapon.
what? Say that again?
So if I take 3 talents in it, I automatically do 3 additional damage every time I shoot at somebody. Like, or 1, or 2, or 3, or whatever. you take.
Right. For-
That would actually be a +10 with everything.
Right. For this, it would be the equivalent of a +10 on your ballistics.
Right.
Each
Oh
time.
my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I just went, and that's like, I was like, oh yeah, so you do, I do 8
I
piercing?
assume that requires like an aim sort of thing, or you can just do it whenever you shoot.
Now it is, you are an exceptional shot and know exactly where to shoot every enemy in order to inflict maximum damage. You deal your accurate shot level and extra damage with all ranged weapons.
If that was me,
Yeah,
with my
that's
skills
effectively a
master-
+10 on ballistic skill then.
Wow.
If that was me,
I
then
did 1 point. Actually, that's 31.
Wow.
Wow. How many levels have you got in it now?
None. That's
Oh.
in Bounty
That's-
3, but I was thinking dual wield. I was like, I was just checking that out, like
God, that would
thinking,
be
man,
what?
dual wield's
Yeah,
gonna be amazing.
that's why you need dual wield and that with 2
Right?
pistols.
Every single, could you man pull out both
That's
pistols,
600
fire
to
them
get
both,
all 3 levels. Though.
just take 1 level, 2 pistols. I could shoot them at the same time
yeah,
with dual wield.
but if you want to get your +30, 600 experience,
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
It might be worth it, but I gotta live. And that's the first one.
That's
Gotta
that.
survive.
Okay.
Sean's like, I'm gonna kill him.
That's killer. If that was me with my kills master right now,
So
that'd be
much
plus
stuff to
40
handwrite.
damage. Okay,
Okay.
let's go with
Ben,
me.
the biggest rumors that you guys hear is that the Emperor has called a tribunal of elector counts in Altdorf to discuss the situation between Ostland and Talabakland, as well as to deal with reports of anti-Sigmarite violence in Middenland. The elector counts are historically usually very slow to answer the Emperor's call, sort of as their protest that he's an elected monarch and not an absolute ruler.
Yeah.
So they resist a little bit. Most agree that in this case the situation is fairly urgent. The meeting is expected to take place any month now.
Where?
Altdorf,
Okay.
at the capital. All of the rulers of the various regions of the empire are being called to Altdorf for a review of the various border skirmishes and wars that are breaking out.
Might be a great time for the black, purple hand to strike.
It would be.
Yeah. Okay. I will share that with the group and tell them that after we get to Wickendorf, we should probably head to Altdorf just to make sure nothing happens to all those leaders.
I don't think leaders are important.
There's also talk at the soldiers that the road and river wardens are continuing to recruit aggressively in the Empire cities and larger towns. They switched their tack from catch-all press gangs to more targeted strategy, offering financial payment to men and women with previous combat experience.
What about current combat experience?
Yeah, there's people they're basically going around offering a few silver to people to join up and become a road warden and serve in their force.
Only if you have previous experience. Current experience.
Yeah, they don't want anybody that actually knows how to do stuff.
Would they be looking for soldiers currently?
They're looking for anybody with prior combat experience.
Not us.
If you ever kicked a puppy,
Okay.
you're in.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
They're brick set puppies.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wolf puppies.
By the end of the week, you have not received any feedback from Altdorf regarding that messenger you sent, the bird. There's no response at all related to that. They do get occasionally carrier pigeons with messages, but nothing comes from Altdorf regarding the halfling.
Okay.
Okay.
The carrier pigeons got.
So, a week has gone by. Everybody spent their expenses, and everybody has their gear that they have asked for. Who paid the mooring fee for the boat? You guys didn't have a boat.
We don't have
Okay.
a boat.
You don't have a boat. You saved some
They
money.
tried to get us to pay it.
They
and
did.
We were like,
That's not
"Man,
our
I
boat."
ain't got this.
Okay, so you're currently at the gates of Nuln. What would you like to do?
Speaking about not having a boat, we don't have a boat.
That's right.
Right, we would have to pay
How much
to
money?
go.
A river barge costs 225.
We don't have that money.
We all put it together.
We don't have that much
We
money.
don't have that much money.
Yet, but we're gonna.
At what thing?
I mean, at some point, everyone's gonna die, and there'll only be one person with all the money.
Wait, if Wittendorf is basically a
Yeah, me.
castle,
Right.
there's gotta be a treasury.
Of course, there has to be. I'm glad he's got good knowledge about the inside of castles. I mean, that is helpful.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I guess, take a lore check to see if Wittendorf has a treasury in that castle?
But it was owned by what? Wizard family, astronomer type guy. He was into stars. not
Those
money.
relics could be valuable though to the college,
I don't know anything about
or
that.
any,
Or does.
or yeah.
Yeah, if there's a boat headed north, we'll go ahead and rent some
Okay.
passage. But I'd like to. We're all gonna. Everybody picked up some food, right?
Nope.
Yes.
You know, that
Don't
sounds.
have money
You got
that's-
for that.
snacks in your
You
hair.
see, that
Yeah.
seems like a smart thing that we should have bought. Did we buy it? No.
No.
I did.
I mentioned it, but I don't have money, so.
How long are we planning on going now?
Well, Wittenbergendorf is like what, 2 or 3 days north of here.
I'll buy you food, Slayer.
Cool. Thank you.
You have all your teeth.
Yeah, I.
That's good.
Me,
Silly
We had a
question.
very, very detailed conversation about this earlier.
me and my soldiers are
William?
good on food.
There's a whole section to amputation.
Before you leave,
Missing half
Carl
your
assigned
teeth.
you that task.
Then you have to eat like hardtack and
Jonathan.
jerky and stuff. You can only eat soft
Oh,
food, so you
Franz.
can't take anything that has
Rager.
cheese.
Every time you bring up the electric counts and everything, all I can think about is that stupid
Let's
game.
go Wittendorf. Wittendorf.
You lose both
God
your
damn,
eyesight,
electric
you take a
counts.
negative 30.
Enough
You
talk.
lose both your
Time for
eyes.
action.
Because I only ever played.
Doesn't give you a reason, doesn't give you a motivation. He says,
I can't-
your final task is
I
that.
can't stand the Empire.
Empire's a shit.
Okay,
That's why when I'm in my soldier in the
so
campaign,
you guys are at the gates, and the wizard suggests perhaps we consider a boat.
Yeah.
The boatman says boats are cheap, only $2.25.
I got 27.
How many kidneys you got?
I got 27 to contribute.
Well, we do know the going rate is 25 gold for 3 fingers.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So kidney.
Um,
Yeah, that's gotta go with
noble
That's right.
or bounty.
Do we get to choose?
You
what
can mark
Let's
down
try to
10.
find a
You
boat
can mark
against
down
we
10
can roll.
rations.
Wow, that's a plan. Yeah.
You got
I'll
10
take that.
rations.
Days worth.
Thank you.
Let's get her going.
Well, you see, we can't get her going.
Now,
if we
distance-wise,
have
if you
nothing
guys
to
opt to walk, it's about a 90-mile journey.
see.
Hey,
We have
yeah,
nothing to get us going.
Hey, boat wizard. You wanna maybe procure us passage on a boat? Talk to some of your friends down here and see about us taking a
I'll
boat.
go into a bar.
Oh
We're
no.
on the dock.
Just a bar?
Oh, I'll go look for.
He leaves and goes to the bar. Screw you guys.
I forgot. What was I? Oh, I have it written down.
You're a boatman.
Riverfolk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
River folk hanging out by the river.
I'm gonna go find a riverfolk that has a barge.
Okay. Yeah, you head down to the docks without much difficulty. You find several barges. Some are heading south, some are heading east, some are heading north.
None west though.
The river doesn't go
I'm
west.
gonna look for someone that's headed.
North.
North. Don't tell them the location.
Okay. I'm gonna
Well,
find someone.
except for what, actually, yes, tell them the location.
I was gonna say, we might have to go there.
Yes.
We need a boat going north. Where are you going?
We're
Not
going-
saying.
We're going to Wickendorf.
North.
I realized that what they said. It's like,
We're
oh,
going to
wait.
Wickendorf.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find somebody who's gonna be going to or passing by Wickendorf.
Okay.
That's also willing to stop there.
Give me a gather information roll
What is that?
or gossip.
Also,
Oh, lots of gossip.
What?
While we're on the
Not
boat,
today,
I'll
though.
inform him of my challenge.
Okay, well, you're not on a boat yet, but
Well,
at that point, you're welcome to do whatever.
75.
75 total?
Yes, I did not roll.
Okay. So you spend some time. After a couple of hours, you find somebody. Looks a little shady. He and his couple of guys, they claim they have a boat. It's the Eagle's Nest. They're heading north. They appear to be going as far as Kemperbad, trying to acquire and obtain some a load of coal to bring back. They hear that's currently good money.
So would they be passing by Wickendorf? I can't tell.
yes.
Yes, they would. Careful,
Okay.
bad, just right at that river intersection. Top of the
Okay.
screen.
I pay you, or we pay you for river barging to Wittgendorf with you.
How much cargo you got?
Us.
Us. You got a mouse in your pocket?
Ah.
1, 2,
3, 4,
6,
4.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. Oh,
Plus
12.
2 horses.
Plus 2 horses.
Isn't it?
3 horses.
3?
3.
Third.
You're not
You guys
there.
have
No,
two
we
more
don't.
horses.
I'm
in
just-
the
No,
back.
no,
I sold my war horse.
Oh, you don't got one?
I sold mine.
Oh, we have one.
Yeah,
Right,
you're
one
not
horse.
there.
Oh, wait, I thought you had
Yeah.
I have one horse.
12 and 1 horse.
Right.
12 and 1 horse.
Yes.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Okay. Silver apiece.
Silver apiece.
12 silver.
Okay. I will give him 13 silver.
14 for the horse.
14.
Two silver for the horse. They take twice as much space.
Okay.